Have you ever wondered why some people seem to achieve so much in the same 24 hours we all have? Why do a few rise to financial freedom while others remain stuck in the same cycle year after year? The truth is, the secret isn't found in luck, connections, or even talent. It's in how you manage your time and decisions. If you're serious about personal growth, wealth creation, and mastering your life, then you're in the right place. Before we dive deep into Jim Rohn's timeless lessons on time management and financial mastery, make sure you hit that subscribe button and join our community of people who are ready to grow, succeed, and live intentionally. 1. The value of a day. Every single day is a piece of your life that you never get back. Think about it carefully. Time is not just a clock ticking away, it is life itself, unfolding moment by moment. Once today passes, it's gone forever, sealed into the archive of memory, never to return. And the way you spend it, whether carelessly or deliberately, shapes the quality of your future. Jim Rohn often emphasized that the way you use your day reflects the way you value your life. If you treat today casually, with no plan, no focus, and no urgency, you are silently agreeing to treat your entire life casually as well. Your days accumulate into years, and your years write the story of your life. It is easy to think that wasting just one day doesn't matter, but the truth is that one wasted day becomes two. Two become a week, and soon you have lost months to distraction, procrastination, or trivial pursuits. Conversely, one day of discipline, of clear action and effort becomes the seed of momentum, and momentum has a way of carrying you further than you expected. Successful people understand this truth deeply. They don't waste a day because they know each day compounds in value. A wasted day doesn't simply disappear into nothingness. It subtracts from the person you were trying to become. It takes away from the health you were trying to build, the skills you were trying to sharpen, and the goals you are striving toward. On the other hand, a well-spent day is like an investment. It may not show returns immediately, but over time, those investments accumulate into the wealth of your character, the depth of your knowledge, the strength of your habits, and eventually, your financial freedom. Every day is a deposit into either your success account or your regret account. You decide where the deposit goes. Jim Rohn once said, "Days are expensive. When you spend a day, you have one less day to spend. So make sure you spend each one wisely." What a profound reminder that your daily choices are not neutral. They are either building or eroding the life you want. The value of a day lies not in how long it is, but in how intentionally it is used. If you embrace this truth, you begin to see that every sunrise is a gift, and every hour is an opportunity to invest in yourself, your future, and the legacy you want to leave behind. 2. Time as the equalizer. Here's the remarkable thing about time. It is the great equalizer. No matter who you are, rich or poor, young or old, educated or uneducated, living in luxury or just scraping by, we all receive the same 24 hours each day. The billionaire in New York and the farmer in a remote village both begin the morning with an equal allotment of time. It cannot be stretched, borrowed, or bought. But what separates the successful from the struggling is not the number of hours they receive. It is what they choose to do with those hours. Jim Rohn often reminded us that the difference between people isn't the clock, but the choices made while the clock is ticking. Some fill their days with distractions, idleness, or entertainment, while others fill theirs with purposeful action, learning, and progress. Time is impartial. It will serve anyone who values it and punish anyone who squanders it. Jim Rohn taught that while you can't buy more time, you can dramatically increase the value of your time. Some people turn hours into excuses. They spend their days rationalizing why they can't achieve more, why circumstances hold them back, why they are waiting for a perfect moment. Others turn the same hours into results. They take action despite imperfect conditions. They learn skills instead of making excuses, and they push forward even when progress feels slow. The question you must ask yourself each day is simple yet powerful. What am I doing with my 24 hours that is moving me closer to my goals? If the honest answer doesn't excite you, if it doesn't fill you with the satisfaction of progress, then it is time to shift how you invest your time. Imagine your hours as currency. If someone handed you $24,000 every morning, but told you it would disappear at midnight if unused, how carefully would you spend it? Would you casually throw it away, or would you invest it in things that multiply and endure? Time works the same way. You're given a daily allowance of 24 hours, and if you waste it, it vanishes forever. To see time as the great equalizer is to realize that excuses lose their power. The playing field is level in one respect. Everyone gets the same hours. The only question is whether you will turn those hours into wasted days or stepping stones to success.
3. Productivity and priorities. Being busy is not the same as being productive. Many people confuse motion with progress. They wake up early, fill their schedules, rush from task to task, and at the end of the day, collapse in exhaustion, yet they feel strangely unsatisfied. That's because productivity isn't measured by how much you did, but by how much of what you did truly mattered. Productivity is about aligning your daily actions with your highest priorities, and priorities always require clarity. If you do not know what matters most, you will inevitably spend your time on what matters least. This is why so many people live in a constant cycle of busyness without growth. They haven't defined their priorities, and so every demand feels urgent. Jim Rohn used to say that without discipline, we become servants to minor things, allowing trivial interruptions to steal time from major opportunities. The first step to productivity, therefore, is clarity. Knowing which goals deserve your focus, which activities create the most return, and which distractions you must learn to ignore. Jim Rohn's advice was simple but profound. Don't let minor things steal major time. That single principle could transform a person's effectiveness if applied consistently. Ask yourself each morning, what are the 2 or 3 activities today that, if accomplished, will bring me the most return? It could be making key sales calls, writing a critical proposal, exercising for your health, or spending quality time with family. Whatever they are, that is where your energy belongs. Too many people spend their best hours on low-value tasks, checking email endlessly, scrolling social media, or tending to things that feel urgent but produce little real progress. Productivity is less about doing everything and more about doing the right things consistently. Think of your day as a garden. If you plant weeds and neglect the flowers, you shouldn't be surprised by what grows. But if you intentionally plant the right seeds and nurture them daily, the harvest will be abundant. The disciplined pursuit of priorities creates a compounding effect. What you do today not only produces results now, but also makes tomorrow easier and more fruitful. True productivity means finishing the day with a sense of progress, knowing that your time was invested, not wasted. And the great reward is not only in the results you achieve, but in the person you become. Disciplined, focused, and capable of steering your life toward its highest purpose.
4. Time, money, and choices. Time and money are more connected than most people realize. Every decision about time has a financial echo, and every financial habit has a time consequence. Think about it. If you spend your time in unproductive ways, money opportunities slip through your fingers. If you spend your money recklessly, you trap yourself into a cycle of working longer and harder just to stay afloat. Poor time habits create financial stress because wasted hours cannot be recovered, and they often lead to a life of scrambling for income rather than building wealth. Poor financial habits, on the other hand, create time slavery. People chain to jobs they dislike, not because they want to work there, but because their spending has locked them into that position. This is why some people, even with high incomes, live in constant scarcity. They mismanage both time and money, which are the two currencies of life. Jim Rohn explained it like this: learn to work harder on yourself than you do on your job. When you use your time to build skills, improve your mindset, and expand your value, money will follow. This principle is timeless because the market rewards value, not simply effort. A person who invests time into self-education, discipline, and creativity multiplies their earning capacity, while someone who only clocks in and clocks out remains capped by the limitations of their current role. But Rohn didn't stop there. He also emphasized that once money begins to flow, how you manage it determines the level of freedom you gain. Mismanaged money robs you of peace and binds you to stress, while wisely managed money buys back time, allowing you to live life on your own terms. This means learning not only to earn, but also to save, invest, and make intentional financial choices. Time and money are not just resources. They are either tools of freedom if mastered, or chains of burden if neglected. Consider a simple example. Someone who spends every weekend on mindless entertainment versus someone who spends just a fraction of that time learning a new skill or reading. After a few years, the difference in opportunities, confidence, and financial stability becomes massive. The former remains in survival mode. The latter begins to design a freer life. Similarly, one person who spends every dollar they make will forever be trapped in the cycle of paycheck-to-paycheck living, while another who saves and invests carefully will, over time, gain choices that money can buy. Choices like working less, traveling more, or retiring early. What appears as small daily decisions, an hour wasted here, an unnecessary purchase there, compounds into a destiny. The real wealth is not in the paycheck, but in how you align your time with growth and your money with freedom. To truly understand this connection, think about the phrase opportunity cost. Every time you choose one activity, you're saying no to another. The time you spend scrolling mindlessly could have been spent developing a skill that might increase your income. The money you spend on instant gratification could have been invested buying back future freedom. The tragedy is not that people lack resources, it's that they trade away time and money without realizing their deeper value. Mastery comes from awareness, knowing that every dollar has a purpose and every minute has weight. When you align both towards freedom, life transforms from drudgery into intentional living.
5. Designing a balanced life. At the end of the day, success isn't only about making money or managing hours, it's about designing a life that feels rich in every area. Too many people chase financial wealth only to discover they are bankrupt in health, relationships, or joy. Others fill their schedules with endless productivity but leave no space for rest, reflection, or connection. A truly fulfilling life cannot be measured by one metric. It is the harmony between many dimensions. Time management isn't meant to strip joy from life, but to make space for it. Financial mastery isn't just about wealth, but about the freedom it provides to focus on what truly matters, whether that's family, personal growth, spiritual depth, or contribution to others. A balanced life feels whole because it recognizes that every part of living, work, love, play, rest, must fit together like pieces of a puzzle. Jim Rohn urged us to live with intention, balance work and rest, ambition and gratitude, productivity and leisure. He warned against living a life that is accidentally consumed by urgent tasks while neglecting what is truly important. A well-designed life is not accidental, it is built day by day, choice by choice. The truth is, balance doesn't happen automatically. It is something you create through discipline and perspective.
For example, working hard is valuable, but working without rest eventually robs you of effectiveness. Gratitude brings joy, but ambition provides progress. Productivity ensures you get things done, but leisure ensures you remain human, refreshed, and inspired. When you treat time as precious and money as a tool, you create harmony between achievement and fulfillment. You begin to understand that living well is not about choosing between success and happiness, but about weaving them together. Think of balance as a form of architecture. If you build only with bricks of career, the structure collapses when work falters. If you build only with leisure, the house has no foundation. A life of balance uses multiple materials: discipline, relationships, curiosity, rest, contribution, and growth. Each part strengthens the others. Time management, then, is not about filling every second with tasks, but about ensuring that your hours reflect your deepest priorities. Money management, likewise, is not about hoarding or obsessing over numbers, but about aligning finances with values. Do you want time to travel, to write, to spend with loved ones, to serve your community? Then your money habits should support those goals. Otherwise, you may wake up one day wealthy but lonely, or busy but unfulfilled. A balanced life is ultimately about self-awareness. It requires asking yourself regularly, what am I chasing? What am I neglecting? Where am I overinvesting my time and money, and where am I starving myself of joy or growth? These questions bring clarity. The reward of balance is not perfection, but harmony, the ability to look at your days and see both progress and peace. In the end, the richest life is not one filled with possessions or accolades, but with meaningful experiences, deep connections, and the freedom to live aligned with your values. Success, in its truest form, is not measured in bank accounts or calendars, but in the way your life feels whole.
So here's the challenge for you. Stop treating time like it's unlimited and money like it's just to be spent. Both are currencies, and both determine the quality of your life. Value your day, protect your priorities, master your time and money, and design the life you dream of. If you found these insights valuable, don't forget to subscribe for more lessons on self-improvement, success, and living with purpose. Share this with someone who needs the reminder that time and money are the gateways to freedom. Remember, your future is shaped by what you do today, so use today wisely.